Junko's Story, Episode 11, The Breath, Anchoring to the Present. In Episode 10, Junko had learned to listen for resonance, but fear can still creep in. When challenges arise, how do we stay centered? In Episode 11, Junko discovers the power of her breath, the single most powerful anchor to presence and clarity. The return of fear. Junko had been doing well. She had begun to trust herself, saying yes to aligned opportunities and no to distractions. But as her workshops grew, so did her self-doubt. One afternoon, she found me after class. "Sensei," she whispered, "I feel like I'm slipping. I wake up worried. I second-guess myself again." I took a slow breath before answering. "That's because you're moving forward." She frowned. "But shouldn't confidence stay? Shouldn't I have got rid of fear by now?" I shook my head. Fear isn't something you get rid of. It's something you learn to breathe through. She cocked her head on one side in a refusal to understand the connection, which is characteristically Japanese. "Junko, what's the weather like today?" Again she looked perplexed and hesitated answering, looking outside fretfully. It's cloudy and humid, Sensei." "And what was it like yesterday?" It bright and sky very blue, but hot." I could see that my questions were shifting something in Junko as the trace of a smile spread across her full red lips. Changing, everything changing. Yes, exactly. Nothing in the whole universe is the same from one moment to the next. She smiled silently to herself. I held back from speaking because I wanted her to get the point I was making beyond words. If the weather is changing every moment, then why should we expect our confidence and self-belief to be fixed, unchangeable? If you are travelling on a train, then the view outside the train is changing every microsecond at high speed. Junko, you are changing every moment too, sometimes forward and occasionally backward, but less and less backward. Her worried brow softened and she was reassured. We have to flow on. Remember the wide green river I told you about a while ago? Where is your river? She looked confused, and then the penny dropped. She pointed to her body. "Yes," I encouraged, "you are the river, and rivers never stop flowing on to the ocean." The next class I called everyone together to sit close by and get comfortable, not leaning against their chair backs, but sitting up straight. And then I changed my mind, because the classroom chairs were plastic and not really comfortable. I asked everyone to stand up with their feet a little apart, make some space around them, and get ready to close their eyes. Junko took her place in front of them as their leader. Mindful moment 2, the anchor of the breath. "Allow your eyes," I instructed, reminding them of the meaning of this word which we had learned recently. "Allow your eyelids to drop, but don't close your eyes completely." They obeyed, taking a last nervous look at me. Now, just breathe. In and out. No control, just enjoying breathing. For a moment, nothing changed. Then their shoulders relaxed slightly. The breath is always here, I said softly. No matter where your mind goes, no matter what fear comes up, the breath remains, always bringing you back to the present, to now and to here. You are like a ship with an anchor. Your breath is your anchor, and it will always hold you steady. They inhaled and exhaled together slowly. Every time you feel overwhelmed, I continued, pause, return to your breath. It will always guide you back. We carried on enjoying breathing together for a while, and then I guided them back to allowing their eyelids to float up and look softly into the room. They all smiled after a moment, and the buzzer signalled the end of class. There were many smiles, and Junko shouted that she really understood as she gathered up her books and bags and ran to her next class. The Millionaire Midwife Connection, the breath as a guide. Junko was discovering a truth all great leaders understand. Fear never disappears, but the ability to breathe through it allows us to keep moving forward. Her success wasn't about never feeling doubt. It was about knowing how to return to the centre. Teaser for episode 12. Junko has learnt to return to her breath, but there is one final lesson. In episode 12, she discovers the core of everything, the spine, the bridge between heaven and earth, the foundation of human consciousness.